Welcome everybody to TechCraft. This is Rob, and today, in honor of the iPadOS release, I'm going to do a full tutorial on how to get the most out of multitasking on your iPad. Let's go. So when we talk about multitasking on the iPad, we're really talking about two things. We're talking about slide over, which is where you have one main application window and then a smaller window hovering over it. And we're talking about split view, where you have two application windows side by side. And in iPadOS, these features have gotten significantly better, including the ability now to have two application windows side by side from the same application and to maintain multiple window configurations for each application so that you can have, say, a browser window and a mail window side by side in one workspace, two browser windows side by side in another workspace, and then maybe a mail and a calendar window side by side in another workspace. It really has become quite powerful. Prior to this release, it was possible to use the iPad as your kind of daily machine, and I was doing that for about 6 to 9 months. But once I got the beta of iPadOS and I started using the new multitasking features, that just became much more realistic, and there really is no need for me now to use my laptop unless I'm having to do heavy video editing. So let's dive straight in and start by looking at slide over. So I'm here in the Podcasts app, and I'm going to put my task list app, which is Things, on top of this as a slide over window. Now, for the purpose of this demo, I'm going to use my mouse, which is actually what I do quite a lot when I'm working on the road anyway, but it will mean you can see the pointer and you can see what I'm doing. I'm also going to be using the keyboard shortcuts. Multitasking in the iPad is driven a lot from the dock, which means you have to bring the dock up quite often. Now, you can swipe from the bottom of the screen, but if you have a keyboard attached, that can get quite fiddly, so knowing the shortcut for that is a huge improvement. So let's start right there. So to bring up the dock with the keyboard, you hold down Option, Command, and then press D, and the dock pops up. Now, to bring one of these apps from the dock into a slide over window, you have to tap and hold or click and hold and then drag it onto your main screen. Now, there is a slight issue with this. The timing is a bit finicky, and I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to click on Things here and hold down. And if I hold too long, the context menu comes up, and then obviously if I hold even longer, it disappears. Now, if I try to drag it once the context menu is up, it won't work. I have to get it just right. So let's bring the dock up again. I'm going to wait till the icon pulses, and then I can drag it. It is quite finicky, so you just have to practice. Once I've got that, I can drop it onto my screen, and there I've got a slide over window with Things in it. Now, we can move this to the other side. As you can see, I can't actually see the play button in the Podcasts app now, so I can click on the handle at the top here, move it to the other side, which is really cool. I can move it back if I want to. If I want to make this full screen, then I can grab this handle, bring it into the center here, and then eventually it will show you the full screen icon. I'm not going to do that right now, but you can see it just replaces the podcast app. And I can then swipe off to the side to get rid of it, which is really cool. So one of the coolest features of slide over in iPadOS is that the slide over stack can now have multiple applications in it, and you can hide that stack off to the side and bring it back later on. You can change the application that's in the background and preserve the slide over stack. So it gets to be quite powerful, and I found that you can keep a lot of kind of ancillary applications in the stack, hide them off to the side and bring them in as you need. So let's see how that works right now. So we're back in the Podcast app. I'm going to bring the dock up, Command Option D to do that, and then I'm going to bring Things back into here. See, I've made that mistake again. Drop it right on there. So I've got Things in here now, and I'm maybe going to drop a couple more in there. Let's take Spotify on top there, and let's take Drafts from here as well. Drop that on there. So now I've got 3 applications in my slide over stack. Now, to switch between them is really simple. There's another handle at the bottom here, and I can just grab or swipe on that and switch between the applications. And I can do that in both directions if I do it properly. Now, if I want to see all of these applications, I can do that by grabbing the bottom handle and then bringing it up like that, and they pop out. And this is where you may start to see a really frustrating bug, which is sometimes the screen ends up graying out like this. It still works perfectly, but the screens are grayed out. Now, this doesn't happen all the time, and for the last hour I've been trying to get it not to happen again. I thought I'd just highlight this in the video because you will see it happen. The whole thing still works just fine. So from here, one of the things you can do is you can discard one of the applications from your stack. So I want to get rid of this middle one, which is drafts. I'm going to click and then drag up like that. So now that's gone. I've clicked and dragged and that's gone, and I'm back, and I can click on the spot if I want to bring it to the front. That obviously works a lot better when you can see which application it is that you're clicking. Now, I can swipe this off to the side and it's hidden, and I can just swipe in from the side and bring it back. And that's really cool because then you can use these to kind of like have ancillary functions, as I said before, but they don't get in the way all the time because you can hide them off to the side. And what's even better is if I switch into my calendar app, for example, I can bring that exact same stack in from the side, and I can use it there as well. So that slide over stack persists across applications as you use them. So that slide over, a really cool little feature, great for the kind of secondary supporting applications that are part of your workflow. I tend to keep my calendar, my task list, maybe a calculator, a few other little pieces like that in the stack, and I can just swipe it in from the side and use them as I need. But for primary work, for documents, emails, browsing, that kind of thing, I'm mostly using split view. So let's have a quick look at how that works. So with split view, you can use it to have two windows of the same application side by side, or two windows from different applications side by side. Let's first see how it works for two windows of the same application. Here I am in Safari and I've got a Wikipedia page open, and maybe I want to open up another tab for Frankfurt. So I have two tabs now, and I can tab between the two of them, which is great. But what I really want is to have the tabs side by side. So I can just drag this tab off to the side and then drop it, and then I've got split view working. Perfect. Now, it might be the case that I want to actually resize these splits, and I can do that using this handle in the middle. So I can drag off to the side like that and have a smaller window on the left-hand side, or I can drag all the way over and have a smaller window on the right-hand side, which is great. Now, if I want to go back to one window, all I need to do is just drag that handle off to the side, and I'm back to a full-size window. Now, what if I wanted to have one full-size Safari window in one workspace and maybe two tabs side by side in another space? Well, that's easy to do as well. So let's first start by bringing back up the two tabs here. So I'm going to bring up Frankfurt again. I'm going to bring that up as a tab. Drag that off to the side. So this is great. I've got two Safari windows side by side. I'm not just limited to have this one configuration of Safari windows, or any application window indeed. I can actually create another configuration for Safari, and then I can have maybe a whole screen of one page. So let's do that right now. So to do this, I'm going to bring up the dock, Command Option D, and then I'm going to tap the Safari icon here, and now I'm in kind of like a Spaces equivalent, if you've ever used Spaces on the Mac, and I can create a whole new Safari window. And if I bring up the dock again, you'll see if I tap on Safari that both of these are now present. So if I go into this one, maybe just bring up the Wikipedia homepage and bring up the dock again, and then go back, you can see I've got these two side by side. One of them has two windows and one of them has one window. So that's two windows from the same application side by side, but how does it work with two windows from different applications? It's just as easy. So let's go back to one window here, and then what I want to do now is bring in a window from my calendar application, for example. So bring up the dock again. This is Command Option D. I'm going to grab the Fantastical down here, click, bring, swipe, and then rather than try to drop it in as a slide over, if I just move to the side a little bit, I can actually drop it directly as a split view, which is really cool. And now I've got two windows side by side, one from Fantastical and one from Safari. So if I'm trying to plan a trip to Germany, which I am doing, then I can do that really easily here. If I want to move from this split view to a slide over view, then I absolutely can do that. Just going to grab the handle here, drag that down, and then I'm straight into split view there in my on my desktop. Now, when you're working on your laptop, you might have multiple Safari windows open, some with Mail next to them, some with Calendar open next to them. You can do that here as well. You're not limited to just having one configuration of, say, Safari windows or one configuration of, say, Mail windows. So let's have a look at how that works. So I'm just going to switch this back into a split view with the Calendar on one side and Safari on the other side. That's what we've seen already. Now, what I want to do now is create another configuration, and I want to have Safari on one side and Mail on the other side. And it's really easy to do that. So I'm going to bring up the dock again, Option, Command and D, and I'm going to tap Safari to show the Safari pages here. I'm going to bring up a new one. So this is new, and I'm going to bring up Wikipedia again just for ease. And now what I want to do is swipe mail in next to this. So I'm going to bring up the dock, as we've already seen, grab mail, bring that over, drop that as a split view, and there we've got my inbox. Now, if I go back to the dock and tap on Safari, what you can see is these different spaces are here. So I can go here and see my calendar and Safari space. I can go here and see my mail and Safari space, and I actually have a dedicated just Safari on its own space, which is obviously really cool. You can do this with any application that supports split view. You can create whatever configurations make sense for your workflow. I like to have my calendar and my mail open next to each other. Sometimes I'll have two mails side by side if I'm trying to copy and paste between them. Very common that I'll have Safari and the Notes application open up next to each other. Sometimes you even have two notes next to each other. You can kind of do whatever you need to get your work done. So that's all there is to multitasking on the iPad and with iPadOS. It's a simple, powerful system. You saw there are a few little bugs still there. You probably saw as well that it's not necessarily the smoothest user interface, but after a while it kind of becomes second nature, and it really does enable you to use the iPad as your primary machine. I hope you found this video useful. I hope you found it entertaining. I will be posting many more tips, many more tutorials, many more reviews. If you have any content you'd like to see, please do suggest it in the comments below. Other than that, don't forget to hit like, don't forget to hit subscribe, and also hit the bell so you don't miss out on any new content as it becomes available. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.